Of course, I got on the Wi-Fi just to download the update for Love and Deep Space. So, don't judge. Hi, my name is Karma. I am the person responsible behind PeachyxJames, and today we are here at Weird Wednesday, number 44, I believe? 45, let me check my email. Yeah, Weird Wednesday number 44. We've done a few of these before in the past. I am tabling solo today since everyone is working because it's, guess what, a Wednesday. It was about an hour drive here because I am not in Fort Worth. I am north of Dallas, so luckily there wasn't very much traffic and tollway, so win-win on that part. Setup took about an hour, took about 45 minutes. It is currently 5:05. Doors opened at 5. So far it looks like people are still trickling in. We have a pretty good spot today, so I'll try to get a tour of the ballroom area, but there's two areas today. There's the ballroom where some vendors are. It's a lot of artists today, which is really exciting. Then there's Macabre Alley in the other room, which we have been in the past, so it's always a little bit nicer to be in the big room just because people tend to forget that the smaller room exists, even though it's right next to the chapel, which is where the movie screenings are. So a little bit something about this event. It is at the Southside Preservation Hall, which is kind of a church. I'm not all that sure. I know it's like a venue of sorts, but it's also, oh my god, the Love and Deep Space server is under construction. But yeah, anyways, what I was saying is this venue is kind of a church slash venue. Obviously, I said the chapel earlier is where the film's being shown, so it is kind of like a traditional sort of area with pews. If you've ever been to a Catholic church, it's kind of the deal here. This one is kind of like a secret screening sort of thing, so if you're ever in Fort Worth, it happens the first Wednesday of every month, and it's usually free or pay what you can. Yeah, it's a really fun place. I've sponsored it before, which is really nice. These kinds of events are kind of important to keep going just because it's like you don't get very many like movie nights that are family friendly / like available to people who are wanting to do something within the week. So first Wednesday of every month. It's been going on for a while, and I'm not sure what the secret movie is today, but I'm hoping it's either Madman Monster Party or a different stop motion movie. I may stay for it since I'm tabling alone today, but we'll see how tired I am at the end. Not sure what the deal is going to be, but yeah, I'll try to check in periodically and try to get some beef footage here and there, but I don't know, it's kind of short. Market starts at 5, secret screening starts at 8, and so that's when we break down. It usually goes pretty fast. There's always a lot of familiar faces, and I usually do pretty well. At least I make table at this one. Table for this is usually, I'll have to check, but it's usually between $30, $35, and $40, so between $30 and $40. Yeah, I'll check in later. We'll see how things play out. Sorry for the shitty audio here. I am recording this post. This was the display, pretty much similar to the last one we had. The air fresheners are on the side with the buttons, kind of creating this little interactive area. Stickers, of course. Magnets for the smaller display do have the prints in a box because of wind purposes when we were doing outdoor events, but it kind of works for the indoor events too. So yeah. Okay, so this is kind of like the vibe of the building. I'm trying to get away from the door so it's not as awkward. But, you know, pretty unassuming building. It looks more like a church from the other side, but I'm not going that far because I'm getting too far from my booth. But your entry area, and then you do your payments and stuff. And there's like food vendors and other stuff. Luckily, I'm like right here. That's the stage I was talking about earlier. And then that's Macabre Alley, which I'll go down there later. But a lot of really cool stuff. Ooh. Air fresheners. Oh no, competition. But yeah, this room today has a lot of different kinds of artists. Super pretty. And I'm not trying to film too many people just because I don't know how I was comfortable with being filmed. But yeah, relatively small. It just started. People are starting to make their way in. A lot more people show up closer to showtime because, like, how many times can you walk around this room, really? It's small, but there's a lot to see. So hopefully people will be, doing their thing. It's a really good vibe. It's always a good vibe. But yeah, it's always awkward. This is awkward. Let's be real. So we have our first casualty of display white box. I know these are like those cheapy boxes from Michael's, but like I feel like this really cute sticker that I don't remember who I bought it from. My partner bought it for me actually at an event we went to, and I really like it because it's like curvy. And then I have some of my stickers on there that, that one's retired down there, but like, it's such a bummer. I like my rainbow boxes. Kirby, what have we done? It is 6:03. I'm watching YouTube, so that probably doesn't look great, but we have officially made table. Yeah, really happy. There's a lot of people looking. It has picked up. I think most people are trying to show up before 7 to get a good seat in the chapel. So we'll see how much we go positive today. But yeah, successful so far. Successful first hour. How about that? Random topic, but my Square reader wouldn't connect to my phone, which is really weird because usually it automatically connects. But it connected to my iPad just fine. So luckily there's Wi-Fi here. It's strange, but technology. Hello! Sorry, I haven't gotten used to trying to vlog in front of other people staring at me, so it was just some people looking at my booth. Table this time, because it's only a 7x7 space, so it's essentially like the table length and then whatever I can fit in the back, but successful already. Yeah! Alright, so the current time is 7:12. It slowed down quite a bit, so people are starting to find their seats. The movie starts at 8, so it's to be expected. Really good event. I haven't really had a chance to go look at the other room yet because it's been pretty busy in front of my table. It helps that I'm like right across. Here, let me show you. I'm right across from the food. I believe there's also a food stand outside. There usually is a food truck of some sort, and then there's also a snack bar on the other side. They're selling popcorn and stuff for the movie, and then there's another snack vendor. Hello. Anyway, so I was saying there's like a bunch of food vendors around me, so that's helping with foot traffic. I don't know if it's necessarily helping with sales or if people are just having a good time today, but I've made quite a few big sales. Let's see. My tote bags have been doing really well today. Really well. I've sold 2, but that's more than I've sold, at any of the last few events. It's been good. A lot of good recommendations this time around. I've had more people interested in my smaller prints that I typically don't stock as much anymore because people have been liking the bigger prints, but I think I will start having more of the postcard size just because I feel like people have run out of space, or maybe it's like a cheaper option, but yeah, I'll probably be doing that a little bit more. I have to restock my pronoun buttons because I haven't really looked into which ones I've run out of, but people buy them and then I forget to restock them. So I should have he, him, he, they, she, her, she, they, and they, them. I've gotten a recommendation for another one, Z-Ziz, or Z-Zem. So that'll probably be the one that I add with this next round of buttons. But yeah, I'll check in a little later. I'll see if I can muster up the courage to go into the chapel when everyone's sitting there and take a video, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of people. I'll check in a little later to see how things end up. Alright, so event's over. I needed to pee. That was like my whole thing. I was like, I'm gonna pack up and then I'm gonna go pee and then I'm gonna go record the chapel. And then after I packed up, I was like sitting in the car reversing, and I'm like, I need to pee. So I still haven't done that. So I have to do that as soon as I get to Mason's place. I stopped at 7-Eleven because I want a Slurpee. And this is the only place that has, well, the only place I've been able to find that has the zero sugar Fanta hibiscus berry Slurpee, which is super fucking bomb. So I'm gonna go get one. And then I called Mason and he was like, get me chocolate and ice cream. And I was like, you're lucky I love you. Cringe. Yeah, overall, pretty good event. My neighbor was really nice. It was a pretty good event. I'll update you when I get my Slurpee. I got me a Slurpee. Influencer hand. Yeah, overall, good event. A lot of familiar faces. Funny enough, somebody from who bought something from us at Pride was there as well. And that's, you know, it's always good to see somebody who's like, yeah, I'll buy more. Nice. But overall, not a terrible gig. Pretty crowded. I would have been curious to see what the chapel looked like, but I'm sure Movie Mutant, the organizers for the event, will be posting images like they usually do. So I'll see if I can insert one, or I'll put their Instagram handle somewhere here. Ooh. So you can go check them out, but I'll probably be doing it again. I might not vlog next time because I feel like there wasn't really much going on. It was a 3 or 4 hour event, so it's like not a whole lot. One day, 3-4 hours. All right, well, I'm gonna leave this 7-Eleven parking lot and head over to Mason's, and we're gonna have dinner because I'm hungry and I need to pee. So I'm gonna go piss, girl. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for joining me for a very uneventful event. I'm sorry I couldn't get more footage. I'm very awkward. I'm trying to be better about it, but it is what it is. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.